All right, y'all. Welcome to your first academic lesson asynchronously. All right, we're going to be talking about EPOC today and what that means for your body during workouts. All right, here we go. So at this point, you guys should have turned in everything from week 1, week 2, and week 3. All right, so get those in late points, right? This class should be one that you guys can get a decent, if not amazing grade in. So get those things turned in so I can get those graded and your grades can reflect that. All right, so today we're going to talk about EPOC, which is your excess post exercise oxygen consumption. And that is why there is an acronym. All right, it is a mouthful, but we'll talk about what it means. All right, so EPOC is also known as your afterburn effect. Guys, so those of you who have ever had a super intense workout, afterwards when your body just feels kind of like it's burning, feels like it was a really good workout, and you can just tell that your body's kind of at work, that's EPOC. That's EPOC at work right there. All right, so result of a high intensity exercise. And if we want to relate it back to our heart rate zones and RPE and our talk test, if you've done a workout that you're in the orange and red zone, or you would say on an RPE scale, it's a 7 to a 10, or if you're only able to say one or two words at a time while working out, okay, you're probably going to have this EPOC effect after this workout. Okay, so for these types of workouts, intervals, tempo training, circuits, heavy lifting, things we'll talk about, HIIT workouts, we'll talk about those in a couple weeks. And we'll try to get some of these workouts in now that we're in hybrid learning, and so you guys can feel this effect. All right. So if we work out at a high level consistently, it's going to help with your calorie burning over time. Okay, also known as your metabolism. So it's going to speed up that metabolism the more intense you work out. Okay. So it's the amount of oxygen our body uses after exercise. Okay. So when you're exercising, you're not just getting benefits during that exercise, but after as well. Okay. So your body needs to replenish that oxygen that it just used. And we burn more calories after exercise than before exercise, which kind of makes sense. If I'm just sitting here recording a lesson, I'm not burning as many calories as I would if I just ran a couple laps upstairs on the track and then came back down. Okay. So we're using more oxygen afterwards, and EPOC is our body replenishing that oxygen level. Okay, so we're trying to return to homeostasis. So some of you who like science might know what homeostasis means. It's kind of our body's baseline. So it's your body temperature baseline, which is 98.6, your energy, your blood, your heart rate, your breathing rate. You have a baseline for all of those things. When you exercise, those all get thrown out of whack. And EPOC is our way to bring ourselves back to that main line. Okay, so when we're trying to exercise super intense, we're trying to get ourselves as far away from that baseline as we can. Okay, so we have that longer effect to get ourselves back to that normal breathing rate, back to that heart rate. So how long does it last? Totally depends. So everybody's going to be different. Depends on the type of exercise you do, how long you do it. Sometimes it might just be 15 minutes. Sometimes it might be a day or two. Okay, so it just depends on the intensity of your exercise, how often you exercise, kind of what shape your body is in, on how long it will last. Okay, but if you do a lower level of exercise, so let's say we're anywhere from the green down to the gray. Let's just say you work out for an hour, but you just kind of stay at this steady state. Okay, we call that classic cardio, steady state cardio. So you're just running on a treadmill. Okay, you're just like this, going the same pace for an hour. This is probably going to be your EPOC effect. Okay, so you have a short EPOC effect. If you do higher intensity exercise, okay, so even for just 12 minutes, you're in the orange and red zone. This is your EPOC effect. Okay, so that's why we want to push ourselves to get into those different heart rate zones. Okay, because it's working smarter, not harder, right? 12 minutes, longer EPOC effect than if you were to just stay at the same rate. Okay, because if you're at the same rate, your heart rate, your breathing rate, everything is going to get used to it. Okay, so it's going to feel easier to run 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, right? If we're just going at this rate. But like I said earlier, the farther we can get out of that homeostasis, okay, and kind of switch up our body, we're going to breathe hard for 1 second, then lift a heavy weight, and then do some more cardio. Okay, the more we can just kind of confuse our body, the better it's going to be, the longer EPOC effect that we will have. So, like we said, higher intensity, longer duration exercises. We're trying to fatigue those muscles, to get that epoch effect, okay? Trying to get ourselves further away from homeostasis, the longer, the greater epoch effect we will have. So just in review here, RPE scale, 7 to 10, talk test, 1 to 2 words. If your heart rate's in the orange and red, just know that your epoch effect is going to be longer than those who are probably in the blue or the gray, even the green zone. Okay, so some interval training. We'll do some of that, high to low intensity. We'll do some tempo training. We'll do some circuit training as well to try to get you guys familiar with those types of things. All right, so again, just a good review slide for you here if you need to look at it while you guys are doing your exit ticket. So that is the end of our epoch lesson today. Go ahead, go find the exit ticket and get that turned in by Sunday at midnight. Let me know if you have questions.